Hi friends, I want to follow up the video that I did in September last year. This was about I predicting Rahu Ketu. This Rahu Ketu was approaching the most effective point. If you watch the video, you would know what I'm talking about. Approaching the most effective point, which is 18.36. I wasn't too sure what exactly it was, but now I am sure it is 18.35 or something around there based on the events. Idea of this video is to show that this is a real science. This is absolutely above every other science. The reason why I say that is I think you have seen this one on that video, and then this is the peak of, actually I did this video on September 29th, and then I said when the Rahu Ketu approaches the most effective point is the worst time. So the approach was, I was saying it is only these 3 days, or it could be here or it could be here, because I wasn't too sure what the most effective point is. The 1835 is the right one. The reason is that if you remember this, on December 11th, December 10th, look what happened really. The air quality in Sri Lanka got so bad and had to give the special holiday for school, and it was so cold even in Colombo and everywhere else. People could not even understand. It's a very strange situation that happened, very cold weather those days. This is coming to the peak here. And also they had this hurricane, the cyclone, Mandamus cyclone in the Bay of Bengal. 1,302 houses and 3 people died, and cold storm weather, over 12,000 kids abandoned. So this here is the news. We had a school holiday. Air quality was totally deteriorated even in Colombo. These kind of stuff happened. So this is the peak. The peak was clearly on the 12th, here 1,600 cows and buffaloes, goats in the northern eastern provinces died due to cold weather. Pollution still blankets Colombo. So all this happened, and the air quality still deteriorated on that date. So this is the peak. This reason why this happened is, I told you that the Rahu Ketu is natural calamities, violent actions and events, right? Fears and accidents, right? Rules for poor. When I said, country going to go really worse situation, that it still is getting much worse. If you have seen my other video, you would have seen why the reason is the recent video, but this is the one video before. I'm following up. I just want to do this video to show that this is a truly real science. This happens whenever peak happens. Negative things happens. This is a quite strange negative things to Sri Lanka. We never had such a cold like that, and a complete a bad weather in Colombo and everywhere else, I believe. So that is what happened here. That is because of this transit. Absolutely nothing else. No other science can even say that. So this is what I wanted to show you, because I promised that I will follow up the video. But coming to these days, I could not actually, I was so busy that I could not write down a daily basis what was happening. But the time wasn't good at all this time, and it's still getting worse. So the time wasn't good. I had this red color, this pink color, saying it's a bad time here, bad time here, bad time here, bad time here, and the bad time here, like that. And this is the peak. This is where we had the cyclone and the bad weather here. That is exactly what happened, because you can see the Ketu is that. And also these periods are really bad. We had like some Rahu affected matters, people getting cheated, so many things. Fitch downgraded the Sri Lanka's long term um, debts, and bad things happens here. Nutrition for children was really malnutrition, and the this egg price thing that was happening all these recent times, a gazette declaring public services essential. All this happened because they wanted to stop any kind of protest. But there were so many protests over here, that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, news media stopped reporting them. I mean, recording them. That is the unfortunate thing. So I cannot find them, going back there unless I write it down daily basis, which I could not do. But I just want to show that this is a value of this science, is that this science is precise. When we know the point of sensitivity, for that point you will see some things happening. And this is it. I mean, we don't see these kind of stuff all the time. This happens only when such a transits are going on. So this is why, Sri Lanka is still going through really bad time, and it's continue. But this was a very peak, because nothing like this would have happened. I hope you can understand that there's a value here, and my predictions is correct, because when I look back my video, it's hard for someone to understand, because I'm trying to hold a lot of things without telling, because I cannot teach something in a small video that I learned over so many years. So that is the difficulty that I'm facing, explaining this kind of a science. So that is why the video wasn't that clearer, unless you follow very, very keenly. But you can see here that what I want to show is the peak is on this date. Really bad news over here, right? And the inflation was 516% increments, and then the inflation started to go down since. We know that, right? So this is the peak of this transit here. Okay, I hope you learned something here. If you have questions, you can write it down. If you think there's a value here, you can watch my other videos where I have in Sinhala also. Some to learn this, to teach this science, so people can learn this properly. If you think it's value, you can consider subscribing. Thank you.